I just want to take the time and speak to the leaders for a second. A lot of times you're analyzing situation, looking at how things are panning out for you, and sometimes you get discouraged. Sometimes you're trying to figure out, analyze, strategize, and things are not adding up. But I want to tell you to be encouraged, to be consistent. You're going to find out that there are some people that you come across that, whether you're in a relationship, whether in your organization, whether you're working, whether you're just doing things, whether in business, you're going to find some people who are engaged but not committed. All right? There's an analogy that said that the chicken, it was engaged, but the pig was committed. And the difference is that, the chicken come and lay an egg every morning. Yeah, they engage inside breakfast. But the pig come give you his life for you could get bacon. And it's not even that serious, whereas you have to give your life in most situations when it comes to when you're dealing with people or when you're dealing with various different events. What it is that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Regardless of what's going on, you're committed to making sure that you see the end result. There's a lot of people who have a lot of big talk, who have a lot of fluffy words, but when you look at the situation and you analyze it and it's time to get down to business, 9 out of 10 times they're nowhere around. All right, when you look at a lot of trips that is planned inside the group chat, why it never happened. When you look at a lot of family events that was planned inside the chat, why it never happened. They talk about it at the last family dinner, but it never came to fruition. When it comes to fundraisers coming true to make something happen for organization, is a lot of big talk and a lot of big ideas of people who got 3,000 things that the organization could do. But when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of actually planning out and doing the work, it's very few people who are committed to seeing it through. And you're going to realize that as a leader, the number one person that you're going to have to count on is first yourself. And then everybody else that show up, it's all gravy. You're going to realize in organizations, there's people who got positions and they got titles, and that's all they got. They got no grit, they got no vision, they got no plan, they got no impact, they just got a title. And the title most times is given to them because a bunch of people think that they're popular and they can get some things done. But what I tell you is this: look at the impact that they're having at the organization. Look at the impact they're having in that position. See if problems are being solved. See if the organization is going from one step to the next. And guess what? When I said that this is for the leaders, I'm talking to you. You may not think that you're a leader, but guess what? You're a leader of one. That's yourself. And if you keep on going around in circles, you need to look in the mirror and check yourself. Because most times, you're the problem. And until you come to that understanding and logically understand that you can develop to become a better person, you're going to have a struggle even trying to have an impact on other people. People look at what you do in your life first, and if you don't have no results, you have a problem getting them to buy in. Pareto's law says, there's an 80-20 rule. 80% of the things that are done or accomplished is done by 20% of the people. You're going to have to understand when it comes to execution, there's very few people that can do that. Many people can give you ideas. When you look at businesses all around, they say that, most businesses is 90% of something, an idea, But what it really is, that last 10% is execution. When you go through the bread aisle, you got tons of bread, all them making money. Why? They're in various different niches, but they executing on what they do well. Don't buy into anything that is not healthy for your progress. And you need to realize that as you work and you be consistent and you be resilient, people are going to see what you're doing. Don't get discouraged. Keep working at it. Keep on putting one step in front of the next. And as you're going on your journey, like a magnet, you're going to pull people to you who's on the same journey, going the same direction. And you're going to realize that the core set of people that starts to surround you, you're going to be able to lift more. You're going to be able to achieve more. Go out there and get it done.